Good day, my name is Simboo. Welcome to my poster presentation for the final project proposal. This poster gives details on the chosen topic, a critical analysis of green financing in the Chinese banking sector. Firstly, I start with an introduction. What is green financing? There are different definitions on this. However, Shen et al. 2021 highlights it as financial instruments or activities for businesses or projects geared towards having positive environmental impacts or those reducing the negative environmental impacts. To put the significance of green financing into perspective, the green bonds market is worth $1 trillion US dollars. Also, it gives a pathway for addressing growing stakeholder pressures and global initiatives for sustainability. Next, I move on to the background, which highlights that banks are necessary for a green economy, as they provide the sources of finance and can influence business operations. In China, there is outstanding growth in green financing, but it is insufficient. There are several issues inhibiting this adoption. These include short-term thinking and hesitance to provide finance for clean investments as these are thought to have low returns. Many of these issues can be linked to deficiencies in risk management and corporate governance. Why is research in this area important? Under the rationale, three reasons are provided. Firstly, previous research would have focused on the key drivers and opportunities. However, this study takes a different approach by highlighting the challenges in a developing nation and how risk management and corporate governance are linked to these. Additionally, it is intended to support banks in the green transition through addressing the challenges faced and how to overcome these. Lastly, it hopes to develop an appreciation of green financing as a future tenet in corporate finance. What will be within this study? This study focuses on green financing in the Chinese banking sector as it relates to the challenges and how risk management and corporate governance play a key role. Outside the scope will be sustainable finance, which addresses a broad set of elements inclusive of green financing. This project will integrate topics under the strategic finance, strategy, and leading and managing organizational resources module. What does this study hope to achieve? It aims to examine the prevalence of green financing in China's banks, outlining problems or obstacles, and the role of corporate governance and risk management in this transition to green financing. These are further broken down into three specific objectives. 1. Addressing the adoption of green financing in China. 2. Addressing the challenges. And 3. The recommendations which are related to risk management and corporate governance. What influential theories will guide this study? Under the influential theories, there are three provided for this project. Since there are no framework existing for green financing, one was developed for this project from research material from prominent authors inclusive of Schumacher 2017. This provides a classification for the level of green financing adoption in 4 tiers, from compliance to green banks. Additionally, the stakeholder theory coined by Freeman in 1984 and the environmental identification risk model from Mulder and Kollner 2011 to identify direct and indirect risks will assist in analyzing and providing solutions for green financing in the banking industry. How will this study be conducted? A systematic literature review will be done to ensure that the project is reliable, objective, and evidence-based. To remain relevant, sources before 2010 will be excluded. Reputable sources from peer-reviewed journals, professional bodies, and recognized institutions will be used from key search results on Google Scholar and Yahoo. How will this project be structured? There will be 4 chapters. Chapter 1, an introduction. Chapter 2, a literature review, which presents differing views and research material on green financing in the Chinese banking sector. Chapter 3, method of analysis, which provides details on how the research was collected and processed. And Chapter 4, discussion, conclusion, and recommendation, which gives an in-depth analysis into the key findings, summation of key points, and recommendation to support the industry transition to green financing.